Hello my loves and welcome back. And if you're new here, then thank you for joining me. Today we're going to do a yoga practice. So it's going to be yoga for the cold, funky days where you just feel bleh. Because sometimes when it's cold outside, you can get rid of that funky feeling by doing an energetic flow and getting a little bit of heat building. But sometimes you just need to kind of lean in to that funky side and just kind of let things just shake out as they may. So we're going to come down and we're going to lie onto our backs. Before we begin, then please consider coming to join me on Patreon. I have a community over there where I offer monthly yoga classes from 30, 45 to 60 minutes and beyond classes each month. If you love the way that I teach, then you will love my Patreon classes. There are many different tiers of membership, so you get to choose your commitment. I hope to see you there. You can have your sweaters on, your socks on, whatever you need to get some nice, cozy, comfortable feeling here. You can either have the legs extended or you could have the knees bent, whatever you feel that you need in your body right now, today. And letting yourself rest. And just noticing your mind. What's the state of your mind? Is it here? Is it present, or has it already started to wander? Notice your breath. Is it deep? Is it shallow? Is it quick or is it slow? And just notice the weight of your body as it rests. As you notice the areas of connection which feel more deeply connected or heavier against the floor. And as you notice that information, then let's store that away. We'll revisit that at the end of our practice. And let's begin by having the knees bent, placing the feet on the floor. And we'll take the feet a little bit wider here, and we'll just allow the knees to sway into a little windshield wiper pattern. Slowly let the knees move from side to side. Now you might have the arms down by the sides here. And as you continue this slow windshield wiper pattern, the next time that the knees come to the right side, let your left arm just reach back any amount behind you. And as the knees come back into center, let the left arm come down to the left side. Knees continue their journey to the left, and the right arm will reach back. Knees come to center. Right arm comes down to the right. And just continue this little pattern. As the knees fall to one side, the opposite arm will reach back. Move slow here. Just noticing the movement. Next time the knees come through center and the right arm comes down to the right side, just take a pause. And from here, take the arms out to the sides. Nice big T here. As you exhale, draw the left knee in, hug the left knee in. Inhale, open out. Next breath, the right knee will draw in. And then open out. just continue this pattern, and if you wanted more of a movement-based practice, as you draw the knee in, then just lift your head and your shoulders up towards the knee. I like to think about this sometimes as just trying to wrap myself into a blanket, forget that the day exists, and just allowing myself to be here on my mat. Next time the right knee draws in will be your last time. Draw both knees to the chest. Let's take a little rock and roll. Feeling the sensations of the back body massaging against the floor. And then roll to one side and bring yourself up and over onto all fours. And you might want to have a little bit of cushion between you and the floor. Spread your fingers a little wide here and just take a little bit of cat and cow as you inhale, navel descends. As you exhale, rise and tuck in the chin. Again, move in slow. And give yourself time and space here. Starting to kind of incorporate this movement into a little bigger movement. And to start doing a little barrel roll here. So take the ribs to the left. Bring the ribs up towards the ceiling. Rib cage to the right. And then front ribs to the floor. And just roll yourself all the way around. Again, no, nice and slow. Give yourself that space. Give yourself space to feel the warmth in your body. To create that warmth. As your belly comes towards the floor next time, pause and go the opposite direction. Draw the ribs to the right. Take the ribs up, over to the left, and then down towards the floor. And do a few times in this direction. Again, going slow, because sometimes we have this tendency to rush the second side. So go slow. And give yourself the same opportunity to explore the movement just as you did the previous way around. And as the navel rises next time, take a pause and then just sit back into child's pose. Rest your forehead onto something, whether that is the floor, your hands, blocks. And rather than reaching the arms forward, just let them rest, either reaching back, whatever you need. Take another breath. Reaching the arms forward, come back up to all fours and send your right leg back behind you. Lift the foot away from the floor. Draw the knee out to the right side and towards the right elbow. Look towards the knee, and then send the leg all the way back and look towards the front edge of your mat. Draw the knee out to the right towards the elbow, doesn't have to touch, and then extend back. The main thing here that I want you to get is that as you draw the knee towards the elbow, look over your right shoulder towards the knee. Feel that little squeeze in the side waist. Let's do one more. As you send the leg back, pause, drop the knee to the floor, and then we'll do the other side. I'm going to send that left leg back. Again, bend the knee, draw it towards the left elbow, same side. Look over your shoulder towards the knee and extend the leg back. Doing a couple here. Maybe notice, does the knee connect to the elbow on one side but not the other? Again, moving slow. Just being gentle and kind to yourself. Let's do one more. As the leg comes back, take a pause. Drop the knee down. Sit back into child's pose. Rise back up to all fours. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes, draw your navel to your spine, lift your hips up. Let's take a little down dog here. Let's take a little pedal through your feet, walk your dog. Go slow. Settle in. And bend your knees, step your feet up towards your hands. Couple of breaths in, forward fold. And unfold, rise up to standing. Draw the shoulders back and down. Arms to the sides, resting in Tadasana. So come to face the long edge of your mat. Take your feet nice and wide here, not super wide. Be soft, be kind, be gentle to yourself today. But turn the toes out slightly here, so kind of towards the corners here. Head, heart, hips, bend the knees and sit into a little goddess pose here. Take an inhale, reach the arms out and up. And as you exhale, let the elbows bend, spread the fingers wide. Take a breath. Reach up, lengthen. Take the arms out into 5-pointed star. We're going to take balancing star from here. If you need to drop the arms, bring the hands to the hips. But can you keep reaching? Point through your left foot, lift the heel, drive the weight over to the right, lift off and come into your 5-pointed balancing star here. If you needed to, you can step that foot in and then lift off into your star. When you come into your balancing star, can you point the toes of the foot forward rather than down to the floor. Flex your foot here. Take another breath. Come back into star, down onto the floor, feet still wide here. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend, sit into goddess. Again, we're going to take a couple of breaths. Lengthen and rise. Find your 5-pointed star on the floor. Fingers reach. And then, can you lift the right heel? Shift the weight over to the left side and push off. And find your 5-pointed star balancing here. And again, maybe you just step the foot in and then come into your balancing star. And you can even just have the tippy toes down on the floor. That's okay too. Be where you are today in your practice. Flex the foot. Is your balance worse or better on this side? Mine's a little bit worse on this side. A little bit more challenging to balance on my left leg. So notice if that's the case for you. And every day is different, so notice that too. Come back into your 5-pointed star. One last goddess, reach up. And then sit. Should be feeling a little bit toastier now. And balance work is a little heat building. Take an inhale, rise. And then release. Roll the shoulders. All right. From here, we're going to come down into seated. So find a comfortable position with your legs in front, whether you want to sit on a blanket, a block, whatever you need. So from here, we're going to take your right foot, bring it underneath the space of the left foot and the left hip, and rest the right leg down towards the floor. Now, if your leg doesn't make it all the way down, mine don't start off that way, then plug the space between you and the floor with either a block or a rolled up blanket. But give yourself a little cushion here. So from here, I want you to take your hands and bring them to your left foot. Grab it and lift it up. Bring the leg in, the knee in towards your chest here. And then can you rotate your leg so that you bring the foot, the left foot, towards your right shoulder? It might not come all the way, mine certainly don't. But can you bring it towards? Keep the right hand towards your left foot, but take your left arm and wrap it around your left leg. And just take a little rock here. Now I think of this like rocking the baby. You want to take one hand towards the head, and then one hand towards the bum, and just kind of support and rock here. You're supporting your leg. Your leg is the baby here. And you just take a little rock. Now, if you can bring the foot all the way in towards the crease of the elbow and rock here. Maybe you interlace the fingers and you rock here. But just find somewhere that feels comfortable for your body, whether that is here or whether that is here. But support your leg. Give it the support that it needs. Legs are heavy. Heads are heavy, legs are heavy. Just taking that little rock. Rocking your baby here. And then when you're ready, take a pause, and this time take a little circle around on your bum. Just taking a little roll around here on the floor. A couple of times in one direction. Take a pause, go the other way. Reverse the direction, go the other way. And then take a full pause release your foot. As you release your foot, bring it down and under the leg that's on the floor. So your left leg is in front, your right leg is on top. And then from here, just fold a little forward. Two breaths. Unfold, rise up, bring the legs up, and settle. All right, so now we'll take the left foot, we'll bring it underneath the space of the right knee. Again, if the leg does not connect to the floor, and this side is a lot worse for me, then give it some support. Give it the support that it needs to be comfortable. Otherwise, your knee is not going to be happy. So give that the support and then lift your right leg up. Grab a hold of the right foot with your left hand. Support the right arm underneath the thigh and the knee. And then again, just take the little rock, rocking the baby here. And again, if you can, maybe you take the foot towards the inside of the elbow and you find your baby here. How does this feel on this side? Maybe you need something different on this side. So just notice that. Take a couple more breaths. Take a pause. Keep the leg where it is, but just take a little circle around on that butt on the floor. Couple of times in one direction and then reverse, go the opposite way. And then release into center, unhook the foot, bring the foot underneath the left shin, cross legs here, lean forward as much as you feel you're able to here. Rise back up. And then sweep your legs around, come onto your back with your knees bent and your feet on the floor. And just take a little arch and flatten here. Next time that you arch your back, draw your shoulders down, lift your pelvis and take your pelvis over to the right side of your mat. So that if there was a line from your feet to your bum to your head, that your bum would be shifted over to the right. Draw the knees in and then let the knees come over to the left. So you got options here. If your right shoulder lifts away from the floor, then draw your right arm and take it across your torso. Let it rest rather than sacrificing the shoulder here and risking some injury. Let the right arm rest across your torso. If the knees don't connect to the floor, then you can place a block or a blanket underneath the knees here. If you find there's a big space between the knees and the top leg doesn't connect, maybe you support with your blanket here. Just find a position here where you can rest just for a couple of breaths. Come back through center. Let your pelvis come back through center. Lift it, reposition. And again, take the little bit of arch and flatten first. Get the movement of your body first. And then when you're ready, your pelvis will lift over to the left side of your mat. Draw your knees in. Take your knees over to the right. Again, support your body however you need. Whatever gap you need to fill here, then fill it with a bolster, block, blanket. And giving yourself the opportunity to rest here. Just a couple more breaths. The legs return to center. Feet to the floor. Reposition your pelvis back into neutral. And then just take one last little arch and flatten. Draw your knees in. Circle the knees around, whatever you feel is right for you. Maybe you're taking happy baby. Go a couple of times the other way. And then rediscover the shape that you made at the beginning of your practice. Noticing your connection to the floor. And just notice if anything feels different here. You can choose to remain here, or you could find a more comfortable position for Shavasana. Maybe you get a blanket, support for your head, support for your arms, whatever you need. Find that support for you. And let yourself be warm, be comfortable. And then just give yourself time, a little space here, just to simply rest. Deepening your breath. Start to wiggle the fingers, your toes. Letting your body move and stretch. When you're ready to draw your knees to your chest and roll to one side, just take a few breaths on your side. And using your top hand, push yourself up and away from the floor, coming into a nice, comfortable, supported position. Resting, spine aligned, eyes closed. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Deep inhale. Exhale. One more big deep inhale. And a loud exhale. Resting here. Body, mind, heart and breath. Balanced as one. Namaste.